that you were talking about, all the owners prioritizing investment between building envelopes and MEP systems like the HVAC and plumbing. What metric do you personally look at first when advising a portfolio on value preservation?
Uh, if I understand what you're asking, in terms of valuing the property or
Yeah,
in terms of purchasing it? Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, you know, um, that people have different viewpoints. Like I was buying a lot of multifamily properties in that time period, and I would buy at a 3 or 4 cap, and they'd say that's crazy, and I'd say yeah, but I've looked at the numbers, and this I'm really buying at a 7 or 8 cap because they're not running it right, or they're whether it's raising rents or reducing costs or whatever it may be. So for me, I think the number one metric is always cash flow, and cash flow. The easiest way to define that, rather than cap rates for me, and doing it that way, is really yield on cost. It's just what does this property throw off in cash flow that I can count on, and
hmm
then trying to make sure that I've got positive leverage between that and the debt service.
yeah.
And if you've got a comfortable spread in there, which to me is about 200 basis points, that's a deal that I think you should take a serious look at.
Yeah, excellent. So, many developers they struggle to show ROI on MEP upgrades to investors or insurers,
Yeah.
especially when they're trying to explain systems that are hidden behind walls and ceilings. So, have you explored using 3D or immersive visualization to demonstrate where the plumbing HVAC impact pre and post installation? And if you could really visually communicate one thing about Rezi's value proposition to your clients, what would it actually be?
Yeah, we're not using, not that familiar with any of the 3D visualization tools. What we're doing for our value proposition is to say we'll increase the cash flow and hence the value of your property. So the
hmm
return on investment from fixing these things always equated to reduced insurance costs, reduced water costs, and then the intangible side of raising rents, happier tenants, whatever, was just the gravy on it for somebody. So that seems to work reasonably well. Um, it's
Yeah,
always hard, as you pointed out, Glenn. Nobody goes in and rents an apartment property saying, "Oh, I'm going to pay more because I have great plumbing here." They just
yeah,
expect that it works, right? So,
yeah,
so it's the absence of a negative that kind of keeps them happy. If they don't have any problems and it's run well, they're going to stay with you and all that, which is the goal. And it's an interesting